What'd you think of Panda Express?
It was actually not bad. I just think that the chicken pieces are way too large. Did you see that?
Yeah.
I'm
I
actually
just laughed like a mute turkey. I was doing like a noise in my throat.
You kind of had the image of laughing, but no sound.
You don't hear that little like popping noise in my throat?
No, I don't hear it through the headphones either. Let me see. Oh yeah, you can.
You don't hear that?
Yeah, you can hear it. Okay, but I mean, I'm being serious. So you really want me to tell you kind of my honest take on Panda Express?
Mm-hmm.
I think I've never had the bowl, and we had that today, and that was different. Because usually I get a plate which includes 2 entrees and 1 side, but this time it was only 1 entree. But I do think that the orange chicken pieces are like kind of too large.
Too chunky, or?
Well, I don't know how they get the chicken. I don't even know how they get the chicken in that form. If you think about it, actually, really think about that for 5 seconds.
It could be like chicken thighs, cut up. No?
I don't know. That's a great question.
I'm moving your whole microphone.
That's
Sorry.
okay. Well, how did you think? Well, I know what you're gonna say, but let's hear it.
What?
There was so many noodles and 2 slabs of beef.
This is not even like all I'm doing is just laughing at everything. Listen,
You said you're
it
gonna talk
sucked.
less.
You really want to know what I think?
Yeah. That's why I asked.
It
What did you
sucked.
think?
It
Let me
sucked.
ask it. Hold on. Let me ask you. So, what did you think about Panda Express today?
I'm too giggly. I'm giggling at
God
everything.
damn it!
It sucked.
Yeah.
You want to know what?
But actually,
It was way too many noodles.
But in all seriousness, though, it really was kind of like the best version of Panda Express that I've had. Like, it wasn't like the food. Really, you thought the food was bad?
I completely disagree.
Really?
Yes, it
That's
it
interesting.
tasted like hot oil.
You
No,
said that
no
too.
salt, no flavor.
Well, you got to put a soy sauce on it. That really
But
helps.
you just said I have to. No, you should. The food should come flavored. Soy sauce
It's
is
an afterthought.
It's an option. An option.
An option, yeah.
An option.
No,
Okay,
I guess
I'm gonna
you're
try
right.
to
Huh?
stop laughing. I'm laughing a lot.
That's okay. I think. Hey, that's.
Well, I don't think people really want to hear me laugh.
I think people want to hear everything.
Oh, okay.
They want it to be a real, sort of truthful, authentic thing.
I don't know why I'm like giggly right now. But yeah, so the Panda Express sucked. And
Yeah,
it might
did.
have been that my entire experience was ruined by the
Ever?
rudeness
Oh,
of
yeah,
the employee.
yeah.
The
Okay,
lady
can we go
was
through
so
that?
rude that I almost said something. As I get older,
Uh-huh.
every day that I'm alive, I get closer and closer to just going, "Excuse me?" You know? Just
A
kind
real-
of snapping on someone.
A real Karen moment.
No. See, I don't like that.
Why?
I'm not being a Karen if I just want to be treated polite.
Well,
Hello.
these people. Well, hold on. Can I just give you perspective? Let me tell you this.
Sure, but I've worked in the
4-letter
service
word.
industry. You haven't.
Yes,
but go
I have.
ahead.
Yes, I have worked in the service industry.
For like a day because it was a requirement for your corporate job.
No, but when I was in
You
high
did
school,
it as like a field trip.
hold
or
on.
something?
When I was in high school, I worked for a fast food place, and I was a cashier.
Which
No,
one?
It was called Coney Island West on Catalina.
It was called.
It was called Coney Island West.
It was called Coney Island West on Catalina Island.
Yeah, exactly.
So they had a different island name.
Yeah, it was.
That's kind of.
That's kind of stupid, right?
Yeah.
But it was good, and I know I did. I worked for like 5 years. It's a pain in the ass.
So, but you were a register person. So,
Yeah. What do
would
you
you
mean?
say that
huh?
you were polite to people? Or?
I was very polite to people. I
Yeah,
really
see?
was. I was
There we
very
go.
serviceable, and sometimes I would even get in the back and cook burgers. Sometimes, but it was a pain in the ass.
You would go cook a burger
I would if they're like
for
if the
what
cooks,
yourself?
No, like if the cooks were taking a shit and that was the only person there,
Yeah.
I would throw the chicken on. Put on the.
There were
lemon.
chicken burgers.
Yeah, they had chicken sandwiches. Yeah, chicken charbroil. But all I was gonna say was this. It looked like a prison cell in there. It really was very depressing. There was a depressing feeling that I got.
What was in the side of the mall that I've never been to.
Right.
And
that no one's ever been to.
Well, yeah, but usually the mall has a cafeteria.
Oh, right.
This was not a cafeteria.
Right.
It was like shoe stores and
Gold's Gym.
Gold's Gym for some reason in a mall.
Yeah,
and
like
then Panda Express.
in the maternity imaging center.
They had a maternity imaging center.
I don't understand that.
In the mall. And I didn't know what it was because I looked in there and I go, oh, it's a nail salon.
Right.
They had the lights and the chairs, and these ladies are just sitting in a chair watching a TV with a fetus.
Right.
Did you see that? They had an animation of a fetus.
They did, yeah. And it was in color.
And I even said to you, yeah, it was like animated in color. And I said to you, what are they watching? And then you pointed at the sign and it said maternity imaging.
Imaging, yeah. So I think it's a place where you go and you get pictures taken of your fetus.
It's not like they're doing it for fun.
I think they are doing it for fun.
No, you go and do that.
No, that's not a sonogram.
Oh, it's not a sonogram?
No. It's not a medical. There was nothing medical about it. I think it was like.
How could you be sure? I think you need a picture of the fetus to understand if you see 3 legs or something.
Because the pictures of the fetus had like borders around them. Like it was like they were like glamour shots of the fetuses.
No, really?
Yeah, you didn't see that?
So it's like for fun?
Yeah, like you get like prints and they have like
No.
Yes.
And then what do you do with that? You
Look
put
it
it on
up.
the refrigerator?
Yeah, you put it on the refrigerator in your living room. You know, a gentle reminder that we once all looked like that.
I thought... Okay, you want to know what I thought?
Sure.
I thought it was a sonogram.
No.
I thought it was what you do to get your doctor's approval. Because you got to do a sonogram once in a while when you're pregnant. You know, there's
Right.
rules around this. And you got to go and you get the sonogram to make sure that there's no deformities and everything is looking good.
Mm-hmm.
The cord blood. Everything is looking good. You want to do a check.
No, but I think that you would do that at like Cedar Sinai or Kaiser, whatever the hell.
Not
But
maternity
not
imaging.
fucking Glendale Galleria.
That's bizarre. I wonder if like any of those stores exist in any malls anywhere else. You know?
Yeah, that's a good question. I almost want to look it up. This is what it says on the thing. Let us create a wonderful lifetime memory for you and your baby. 3D ultrasound, 4D ultrasound, HD live ultrasound, gender reveal, diagnostic update, ultrasounds. I guess it is like an ultrasound place.
So what's the difference between an ultrasound and a sonogram?
That's a good question. I think yeah, actually I don't know. That's a good question.
Because one of them is like...
Oh, they have a gallery.
And they put the gel on the stomach and they put the...
Yeah, I got
The
one
wand.
of those.
You got one of those? Oh,
Yeah,
you mean...
I got an ultrasound for the back of my head.
Was it an ultrasound or a sonogram?
I think it was an ultrasound, yeah.
That was when you had a lump on the back of your head, right?
I had a lump on the back of my head for a while, yeah.
Yeah.
And it went away.
That's weird that your body just like absorbed it.
I don't get it. Yeah. And the lady said that, or the doctor said that it might, sometimes it's even just allergy related that you can get them.
You can get a lump because of allergies?
Yeah, that's what they said, yeah. It's a fly in here.
Yeah, I know, it's fucking annoying.
You know, sometimes you just wait until it gets tired. Have you ever left a fly in your house and it gets tired?
You wear it out.
Yeah, just because it's flying all the time. And at some point it goes, takes
It
a breath.
sits down. Yeah.
And that's when you go, whoosh, or you can
Well,
grab
he's
it.
getting tired.
He's getting tired. I can
Today
tell,
he landed on the paper towels,
Uh-huh.
and I tried to swat him,
Mhm.
and all he did was he moved a little bit.
Mm.
But the way a fly should act if it has energy
Right.
is fly away.
Right.
All he did was like, please don't bother me.
Right.
You know, he shifted a little bit.
Right. Right. Do you ever try to hit, like, you ever try to like smack a fly or an insect or whatever, and they kind of know? I'm always like, how do they know that I'm about to hit them?
Well, they're reading the air.
They seem to really.
They have sensors for the air.
Oh, this is interesting.
So,
okay.
did you ever know that if you go to swat a fly down,
Yeah.
if you try to swat an insect down,
Uh huh.
you're pushing the air down.
So they feel it before.
So they feel that.
Yeah, right. That's
so
interesting.
I think you're supposed to go side, is what I heard.
Oh.
Yeah.
I once saw Obama. Did you ever see that video?
What?
He's just kind of sitting, and then he goes.
And he killed the fly?
And he goes.
That was animated.
No, it was. Look it up.
Democratic National Convention. They wanted him to look cool.
Look it up. I swear to God.
He killed the fly.
He killed the fly. Yeah.
That man really had a quality of like one in a million.
Of what? Just kind of coolness or whatever?
Yeah, very cool.
I'm not gonna.
What? You
I'm
didn't
not
like
here to
him?
suck Obama's dick.
Well, neither am I. But we can say
No, he was
that
pretty
you know
cool,
how like
huh?
certain people in history, like Mahatma Gandhi, pretty original.
Yeah.
Pretty original.
Really? What do you know about Mahatma Gandhi?
Well, he was Indian. He was very unique. He had those glasses.
Oh yeah, what
I
was
think he
what
said
was
a
unique
couple-
about him? What was did he kind of have a sense
He
of humor?
wore
or-
the tunic, and he would shuffle around and kind of say very inspiring things.
Oh yeah, like what kind of things?
Be good. Love one another. No, but in all seriousness, Obama was rare. Like
He was
rare.
cool, yeah.
See, you use the word cool, and I use the word rare. I say rare,
Well, no, I
like
think-
one in a million.
No,
it was
'cause I
one
think-
in a million.
I think all the presidents, to a degree, all the presidents have had some level of like. I mean,
Not our current doofus.
well, he's kind of a doofus.
Not
yeah.
our current nursing home escapee.
But like even Trump, there was an element of like he was kind of
Original,
he was kind of like
but
a,
in a terrible
a
direction.
wild man. Yeah. Well, yeah, it went in a terrible direction.
Is
but-
his skin okay? Like, you realize that he's very old. He's a very old man. And
Yeah, it's kind of sad.
he's orange.
Sad to look at. Yeah.
Well, he's very unwell looking because of the
Yeah.
skin. It's
Right.
don't you think that skin should not be that color?
Well,
Almost like there's not even an emoji color. You
Yeah,
know,
right.
ever hover on an emoji and you get like yellow, white, black, not orange.
brown. Well, there's brown. Yeah, not
Brown
orange.
is
yeah.
not orange. He's orange.
Well, I guess he's like tan. Yeah.
No, he's orange.
I'd be curious to see. To see him in like a T, and I would go lift it up, and I would like to see
To see if he has a farmer's tan.
Yeah, or just like what is your natural color?
It's like blue. He has no melanin in his skin at all.
Right.
It's literally just a sheath that covers his blue blood.
Yeah.
Man.
Well,
Obama was unique.
Obama was cool. Yeah, he was unique.
But then again, it is kind of like when the system is created to make a person look cool.
Yeah,
All
right.
they got to do is show up.
Right.
You know?
Right.
He just has to clap and then they animate the fly later.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, you can kind of get even like Biden falling off the bicycle. I don't know if you saw that, but where he fell
off a bike?
He like fell off a bike. Yeah, but
Oh, but this was like a long time ago, right?
this was almost or maybe like a month ago.
Oh,
But-
really?
But even that, he still looks kind of cool. You go, oh, he's kind of riding bikes. Like, look at him, he's active. Like, even though
Yeah.
he's so old. Did you see?
They had to take him in the hospital and give him like 5 IVs after that. And he was like, did we get the photo? Please tell me we got the photo.
The photo op.
Yeah.
Did you see this Prime Minister of Finland? I think she's like very young and kind of beautiful and stuff. But it's interesting to see people have their leaders be younger, and also women. I feel like we don't see that.
Well, yeah, we got Kamala.
Oh yeah,
Now,
Kamala
but-
Harris, yeah.
Kamala Harris. But yeah, that's a very good point.
Yeah.
I think that everyone is fucking old in America.
Yeah.
But I actually was on the treadmill the other day.
Okay.
And sometimes on the treadmill, I really let my mind wander.
Race. Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
And I think about like how hard it is to become successful at anything.
Okay.
So like the longer you're alive, you become more and more rich, more and more successful.
Right.
By the time you're like 70, if everything has gone your way, you're successful,
Okay.
right? So that's why those old white men keep
Are
staying in
successful?
power. Yeah, because it's like,
Because they've worked so hard for it.
Right. So my all that to be said is like, if you were old and 70, wouldn't you want to be president? I mean, if that was like your end goal, if you wanted to be president, wouldn't you be like, yeah, I freaking deserve it. I spent my whole life trying to become president, or like working towards a political career.
I actually kind of see what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's even like, if supposedly we value age as like wisdom or something, and people to make a decision.
Yeah.
Like like you would, let's say a 16-year-old or something, you wouldn't trust them with a decision, or like you would trust a 30-year-old more than you would trust a 16-year-old, perhaps.
Yeah.
Just because of the sheer amount of time they've spent on Earth.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
You know, he's not going to suck on a jewel or, you know, like, or whatever a 16-year-old, he's going to vape. They're like, the nuclear weapon is coming. I need a smoke break.
And I guess that is true, though.
Let me get on my skateboard and ride over to the National Security Building.
But it is true that your life doesn't... Like, that's actually an interesting thing. Like, why do we have to think of 70 as your life being over, but rather, like, the culmination of everything that you've worked towards?
Yeah.
As at 7... Like, yeah, like, why is it that we have to peak at, whatever, 20, 30?
Well, I think that Joe Biden is too old.
Well, now you're going back.
Well, he's not.
Now you're backtracking.
Well, yeah, I am backtracking because I think Joe Biden is senile.
Well, I think he has some
Have you seen the video where he gets off the helicopter and they point and they go there?
Right. They hold his hand.
They literally point in one direction and the path literally makes a right and he goes off the path and he's like a robot. A
Roomba.
What's a Roomba? Yeah, that's what I was. Yeah, like if you don't tell it what to do, it'll go in the literally they like have to run in the field and be like, no, don't.
The algorithm went. Yeah.
That makes me concerned.
Yeah.
That makes me a little bit concerned.
No, I agree.
I'm sure that they didn't want that out there, but guess what? It's out.
Right.
And my president should know where the path leads. Maybe he had a long day, you know, or he took too much Dramamine on the helicopter. Right. I don't know. But
yeah, and that's the thing about Obama, I will say, is that he did seem very just kind of capable and sort of like an outstanding gentleman, you know, if you could say that.
Very gentlemanly.
Yeah, right. Just kind of like an image that you would want to uphold, like of America or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was very good at like he kept his head high.
Held high, yeah.
Like literally, he kept his. You ever notice that? Like,
no, I didn't notice that.
He worked very hard.
Physiology.
I would say.
I never noticed.
Physiology? No, yeah, like I mean, like he would hold his head up. Like I would say, he practiced in the mirror. Like if I hold my head up to here, I look like I know what I'm doing. But if I hold it up just a little bit higher than that, I start to look smug.
Oh, right.
So maybe they practiced.
So he got kind of the sweet
I would
spot.
bet you all this that all this is true. They would probably practice. How are you going to stand? How are you going to look? You're the president. You're the leader.
And you think he found a sweet spot with where he held his head? Or
yes, I do think that.
Yeah.
That's what what I'm saying.
That's what you're saying, yeah. The angle that he
maybe it's not true. I don't know.
No, I mean, I think you might be right. Yeah.
Well, he just held his chin kind of
perfectly. I actually kind of know what you mean.
High to the tide or whatever you want to say. Like
right.
Like he was
but not too high because
toughness.
Yeah.
You know?
And he was a man of the people.
Yeah. Well, he ordered chicken and fries one time.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you ever see the thing where Hillary Clinton, they were like, "Oh, what do you keep in your purse, Hillary?" And she was like, "I always got a hot sauce in my purse."
And Beyonce got mad.
Yeah, they all got mad.
Because it was a lie.
Yeah, it was a blatant lie.
She's like the last... That woman probably thinks like oregano is spicy. She's never even had hot sauce. You know?
That's good.
Like, can't you just tell? Like, she can't. Ooh, not too much more pepper, right? Because that's spicy. And then I start to.
What'd you put on the chicken?
They're like salt.
They're like, it's salt, and she's like, it's spicy. I'm not gonna be able to sleep tonight. Yeah, I'm actually curious as to how the air conditioning sounds too. Let me see.
Well, I do noise reduction with this thing.
Yeah.
And it's kind of crappy.
Really?
You can kind of hear the weirdness that it does, yeah.
I thought it sounded good, though, the last one.
When you listen to it,
yeah. When I listened to it, yeah. I didn't hear... No, it sounded pretty crisp.
Huh.
Our voices sounded really crisp, too.
That's very good.
Yeah.
These microphones should be good,
That's very good. I'd like to give kind of a shout out to Shure
Sure.
SM58. Really good products, really good quality sort of builds. Just all around sturdy, really strong microphones, right?
Yeah.
And you can kind of, did you ever see the video where they rolled over one of these with a truck or whatever? Seriously.
No.
It's built for like the stage, like for rock and roll. And so
Yeah.
they got like a semi truck and they rolled over it and
It was fine?
it was fine, yeah.
Who did that? Sure?
I think Sure, yeah.
Huh.
So
Well, you see comics dropping them and slamming them.
yeah,
and
it can get real rowdy.
It can get rough.
Yeah.
There's one mic called the Fourth Wall over here.
Fourth wall comedy.
Yeah. It every single time the wire falls out
Really?
over and over
And
and
the mic-
over and over
And you hear the clunk
of the cable.
of the or no, oh, I thought you meant the mic. The mic doesn't fall.
No, so the comic goes up there, "How you doing?" and they take the microphone from the stand,
Okay.
and when they rip the microphone from the stand, the wire comes out of the microphone.
Oh, it
And then there's a million-
disconnects from the microphone.
Mhm.
Oh,
And I mean,
and so you can't hear.
imagine
them anymore.
that over and over and over. Like it happens every single time.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and
So
they all
just
make
got to get a
jokes.
loose. There's something loose, or maybe one of the clips isn't attaching, or something.
Yeah, maybe it's a shitty wire or
Yeah.
something. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd have to take a look at it to kind of.
Should we drive down there?
People that are always like, no, I'd have to take a look at it. Yeah.
That's like something mechanics say.
Right.
Like you're like, I don't know, I got like this nail in my tire, and I'm pretty sure that's the reason I have a flat tire. I don't know. I'd have to take a look.
I'd have to take a look.
You're
yeah.
like, what do you mean? Just take my word for it. No, it could be a lot of things.
It could be a series of things. Yeah.
You're like, I see the nail. It's in the tire. I have deduction. I put it together.
No, but yeah,
I should probably take a look.
I should take a look.
When are you free? You're like, I'm parked outside. They're like, I'm too busy today. You're like, what?
I have a question about, like when you're doing the mics, how does using the mic, does the novelty of using a mic, is it always exciting or has it worn off? Because I like using,
Oh, I know.
I
what you
love
mean.
using a mic, like.
Mics are fun to talk into.
Yeah, right.
I love a mic.
So, but I'm saying, so now does my question make sense?
Like, is it worn off? Like, do I not care
Yeah,
anymore?
do you still get excited? Do you go up on the thing and you grab the mic and you kind of go, or like, not, you don't make a,
I've never thought of this.
really?
hello. Or like,
That'd
you
be
know.
like my first thing that I would do.
What is to be like, hello.
Just be like, like talking into a mic. I love talking into a mic.
Yeah, mics are fun to talk to.
Yeah.
I was just watching a politician, and I was like, what mic is that? Like, is that a Shure? Like,
Right.
It is one of my guilty pleasures
What?
to watch people storm out of interviews.
Oh, yeah, right.
You love that. I love that.
Yeah, you really do.
I love when they rip that mic, and I love when they like kind of destroy the mic pack. Like you go, oh yeah, they fucked
I'm
that
done.
mic pack.
We're
up.
done.
Yeah. Good job, Sarah. Or
Yeah.
like they'll make a remark. No. I told you not to ask me about my ex-wife.
Right.
And they're like,
We're done.
please.
We're done.
But you notice that there's no regard to the mic pack. He
No
could
respect
take it and
for
like
it?
throw it, and the sound guy is like, he's like in the corner. He's like, shit,
It's like
and nobody cares.
it's like the sound guy's personal, because you know how they pay for their own equipment.
They're leasing it out, and those mic packs are
He's like,
expensive.
He's like, that's my $13,000.
No, you know that like
Lav.
one of those lavs, or
Yeah.
like maybe two of them. I forget what it is, but it was over $1,000.
It's like $1,000
for
yeah.
two of them or something. So
Yeah.
it's hundreds and hundreds of dollars.
And those guys really, a lot of times they have their own equipment. They
They're
buy
leasing
it.
it out.
Yeah. Well, no, they buy it. They kind of invest.
Right, but if you hire a sound guy,
Yeah.
you are also he charges a fee to rent his equipment.
Right. But I'm saying, like, if the sound guy comes, you hire a sound guy and he has equipment, he's bought that equipment. You know what I mean? He's bought that equipment. And he comes in and he, mics up all your stupid actors.
But I understand that.
Right.
But haven't you ever heard of like a person leasing the equipment?
The equipment out, yeah.
There's a fee.
Right.
for me to use my equipment.
Right. And you do that with cameras and stuff too.
Yeah.
But I just pictured the guy in the back going, "That was my personal mic," you know, like.
He's like, they're like, oh, the interview is ruined. He's like, no, my mic packet.
my mic.
I just lost $600.
And you just see him, and you go, fuck, man, piecing things together.
He's like, nobody fucking cares about the sound. God damn it. He's like, I have to get out of this industry.
It's a lot of work. It's a
The
lot of
sound?
work. Oh, yeah.
Or what, you mean the whole
I think to get good sound, yeah, it's a lot of work.
sound is hard, yeah.
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 It's not easy, no.
I think that when they can invent some sort of lav or any sort of microphone that hovers and stays with the subject, because
Yeah.
lavs are inside of fabric. Do you realize that?
Right. And
If you're on if you're like on a non-broadcasting where they want to hide it, so they put it under your shirt and they tape it.
Yeah, they tape it, yeah.
What do you hear?
Right.
Do you hear this right now?
Hold on. I do, yeah.
Yeah, that's what you hear. The fabric.
Well, but it is then a really sort of a feat or whatever, like an impressive thing whenever you watch anything on TV or movies and stuff, a lot of work went into not making it sound like that, or
Yeah.
making sure that the
It's insane.
footsteps are correct or whatever. It's a lot of work.
It's insane.
Yeah.
So, would you ever think that it's a good idea to have a microphone that hovers near the person? Or is that called a boom?
I think ideally, you mean hover? I don't think we have that technology, the hover technology.
Well, maybe like a little
like to
tiny microphone
Okay.
that hovers somewhere out of sight. Maybe, like, have
You're
you heard
talking
of
about
theater?
crazy technology.
Huh?
You're talking about insane technology.
Well, no, it's just a tiny drone, and
A drone?
it has wings. Yeah, but it's
like-
but it's silent. It's silent.
Okay, well,
And
that doesn't exist.
Well, that's why it's an idea.
Okay, fine.
Yeah. So
Well, I think we should control the brains of flies or something. Like, that would be cool.
what? Why?
Like, imagine...
Control the brain of a fly? If I could control the brain of a fly, I would tell that one to go die. Just fly into that electrical outlet.
No, like, you don't really hear it. You can control the fly, and you put a mic on it, and it's just kind of, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, but you could also do that with a drone.
That's true.
Why is it got to be a...
No,
so
I
what
know.
We're,
I just saw the fly, and I wanted
we have
to...
all these flies in training. And now, when the subject leans this way, you're going to buzz. But you got to stay 15 degrees away and make sure the microphone is pointing. And the flies are like, how many more lessons? We die in 48 hours,
Yeah, their lives are pretty short.
Flies die fast.
They do, yeah.
That's the only way that I really get through. Oh, you almost caught
I almost
that
got
right
it,
now.
yeah. You saw that?
The way that I deal with it, I go, it's temporary. This fly is going to die
That's
soon.
true.
And I'm going to
true.
still be alive.
Right.
You
That's
know?
That's actually a sort of a really good philosophy on
Something,
life, huh?
yeah.
Yeah.
Something you could put inside of a fortune
I did the
cookie.
I just did the
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I kind of like it.
Really?
To me, it's your way of saying, what did you just say?
Yeah, and to kind of bring it back to you.
Oh, you mean like it's
Like a
throwing
pass.
it like a ball? Like you're throwing a ball?
Yeah, like yeah. I'm kind of going.
Here we go with the ball.
I know. I
analogy.
was just about to say.
But all well.
No. Well.
No, I mean all well.
Okay. All right. Fine. Yeah. Oh well. Jeez.
Just fucking talk about
Just oh well. Yeah. We talked about this last time. Is that what you're?
We did talk about a ball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What? Wow. I feel like we finally found our groove. What were we saying?
Things are flowing pretty heavily right now. Things
I
are
don't know
flowing.
if that's the word you want to use.
You know, I didn't mean to say flowing heavily.
No, I know.
I say in work meetings by accident.
You're not supposed to say that.
I know.
Yeah. Women.
I
take
shouldn't
offense
say
to
that.
Yeah.
But no one has said to me, "Don't say that."
Well, I'm saying it to you now. I'm in front of you saying.
Yeah,
Don't
well,
say
I've said it in work meetings
it.
because they go, "Are you busy?" And I go, "Yeah, things are flowing pretty heavily." But
Actually-
I don't mean it. I don't mean it in that way.
Yeah.
So it's simple. I don't mean it in that way.
Well, you could be meaning like like a river or like a dam or something.
Right.
Yeah.
Or the work
Or the word
is really flowing heavily.
flowing heavily. Wait, what were we saying?
The flies.
The flies. No, the mic. We kind of got into some industry talk.
Yeah. So, but you want to mind control a fly.
No, I just think that your ask is a little too big.
The drones?
It's difficult. We can't really make anything hover.
Well, I'm just trying to make you think a little bit into the future. Okay. What do you think the future?
Actually, that's a good question. So let's do this, or let's think about this. We're at 2022. Is that where we're at?
Yeah.
So by the time we're like, let's say 50 or 60, let's say we're 60.
Mm-hmm.
My parents' age around. That's 30 years from now. It'll be 2052.
Oh my God.
Wow. What will
I just got tired thinking about that.
Really?
Yeah. Wow.
Just let out a big sigh.
It's very, very old. Well, from now. For me, it would be old.
Well, let's paint that picture. What do you think? 2052, you wake up. It's July, 9th.
What do you think the first thing's out of my mouth?
Yeah, like July 9th, 8 a.m. You're 60. What happens? Where are you?
I hit the snooze button. Where am I? Actually.
Genuinely, yeah.
Where am I?
Yeah.
I am in a beautiful hotel.
In the Mykonos.
Yeah, in the Mykonos.
Is that?
You just said Mykonos.
Is it Mykonos or Mykonos?
I think it's Mykonos.
All right, well.
In Greece.
In Greece, yeah.
And that's also a brand of yogurt.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah.
Mykonos.
I like that. I've never had it, but I like the packaging.
Oh, I thought you were going to say I like that. I've never had it, but I like it.
No, I would never say that.
Well, that's why I would have been a little bit taken aback.
Yeah, but I would never say that, so I don't know why you would even think that.
Well,
okay, you wake up, you hit the snooze button. Now it's 9:20.
Oh, wait, that's a weird alarm clock. You said I woke up at 8.
Oh, yeah.
And it went an hour and 20 minutes?
Oh, wait, actually, okay, sorry. This is actually a thought. Well, actually, let's finish this.
No.
I don't understand. This is a real thought. I don't understand why your snooze button, why you can't set the time on your snooze button. If I fall asleep and I wake up at 8, right? And I click snooze, boom, on the iPhone, it's a 9-minute snooze alarm.
Why is it 9 minutes?
It's always 9 minutes.
Why is it 9 minutes?
That's what I don't understand, and I don't know, and I don't think you can change the amount of time. What if I only want to snooze for 2 minutes, or 12 minutes, or 30 minutes? They're not letting me choose my snooze.
Are you saying... Well, hold on a minute. We have now opened a whole new portal of problems. Because you're not going to... Bing, 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 your alarm goes off. You're exhausted. I'm going to hit snooze. You're not going to take the moment. Oh, wait a minute. Let me open settings, change the snooze function, or, change the snooze button to 3 minutes.
No, I know, but I'm saying...
You're not going to do it in real time.
No, but I can look, now we can kind of click buttons and another menu pops up and it goes, 3 minutes, 4 minutes, 5 minutes, whatever.
If you hold your finger...
Who chose 9 minutes for me? I'm sick of people choosing things for me. Who chose the 9-minute snooze?
I think you might just have a fucked up phone.
Snooze, every time that you snooze, it's 9 minutes.
No, I would say it's like 10 minutes, 15 minutes.
No, it's not. It doesn't vary.
I snoozed recently, actually, yeah.
And it's the same, but it's the same time every single time.
You can probably change that.
I understand that, but
wait a minute. Can I just say something?
Every time I wake up, I have a different level of how much snooze I want.
I understand that.
Yeah.
But are you going to decide that in real time?
Yes.
But then that defeats the purpose of the snooze.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it does.
I go snooze. Yeah, for how long? I don't know. This time I feel 3 minutes. Boom.
Oh, like you just hold it down? That would be kind of cool, I guess.
I'm on it.
Well,
I didn't invent that.
Well, I think it's called just an iPhone update or making a new alarm. You could make a new alarm. And
change the variety of the snooze per alarm?
No, I think you could just make a new alarm. If your alarm goes off at 8 a.m., you go, I want to sleep for another 5 minutes. We'll make an alarm for another 5 minutes from now.
Yeah, or 2 or 20 or whatever you want.
What if you decided to snooze the night before, is what I was going to say.
Well, I like to decide to snooze the day of, the moment of.
What if you were like, tomorrow's a very important day, and I have to go. I have to make this meeting at 9:00.
Okay.
So I have to be out the door at 8:00. So I can't snooze any more than like 2 minutes.
And so you set your snooze timer to 2 minutes?
Yes, you can adjust it the night before.
But that's what I'm talking about.
You're like adjusting how lazy you're gonna be the night before.
Right.
No, I don't.
And I would like to do it. I would like to adjust how lazy I am in the moment, because sometimes I go, I'm ready to go. Let me just give me 1 minute. Other times I'm like, no, I need 30 more minutes. Does that make sense?
That's when you make a whole new alarm. Or, but
I don't want to make a whole
But listen to me, because don't you have like a very fine line when you wake up?
Yeah.
And you need to go back to sleep, or
Yes.
you want to go back to sleep.
Yes.
It's almost like don't think too much. Don't think too much. Let me just.
Right.
You ever feel that?
Yeah, I do.
You go, if I think about one more thing,
Yeah.
I'm not going to be able to fall asleep.
Right.
Back asleep.
Right. At all. Yeah.
Yeah, so wouldn't that.
Yeah. Sometimes I'll get up to pee or whatever, and
Yeah.
then I'll just go back, and I'll like I'll just like mindlessly dive back into bed
Yeah.
and hit the bed so that I could
Yeah.
fall asleep again. Yeah.
Yeah, but don't you tell yourself, like, don't think too much.
Right. Or
Don't
you're
think about-
awake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna-
One more little electric activity and you're awake.
You literally, like, you try to stay in a dream state. You were like, what was I dreaming about? Just trying to think about shopping carts. I was in a grocery store. You try to stay in that zone.
But yeah. Yeah.
So you think you would develop an app for this sort of thing? Like,
I mean, I want to talk to the guys at Apple. It's really not that difficult. I know how I would be able to do it.
I have a feeling that you could just Google search it, and it would just tell you.
Well, maybe. There's a lot of Apple tricks that I've taught you, remember? Where I've taught you a lot of things about the phone.
Yeah, like what?
Like if you hold the space bar, you can move the cursor.
Oh,
I
yeah,
taught
no,
you that
I
trick.
told you that, yeah. Yeah, you hold the space bar and you move it around.
I taught you that trick, and you.
I
didn't
know.
it
This is one of
before.
those things where you think that you told me, but I actually told you.
No.
Evie does this all the time. It's okay. It's just
No,
something he does.
Joe thinks that he comes up with things that they're
No.
clearly my invention.
Evie has this all the time. You hold the space bar. Oh no, wait. Maybe you did teach me this. I would say that overall I'm pretty tired, right? Like, do you feel tired?
I'm exhausted. I don't know what the fuck.
It's because we ate those noodles at Panda Express.
I didn't even have the noodles. I had rice.
Yeah, well, that's the same carbs, and it's really cheap for them. Did you notice that they loaded up the container with mostly noodles?
Mostly, yeah. Yep. Let's hear this.
It was mostly noodles. She filled that container almost to the top with noodles.
Yeah, I know. And she gave you 3 pieces of
She
beef
gave me like 2 pieces of
and
beef.
9
yeah.
pieces of broccoli. God
she
forbid.
she stood there doing surgery with the tongs, putting the beef onto my thing. She almost said, "Can I see that? Can I see that again?" And she took some
that was
off. She
yeah,
almost
yeah.
took some off. No, that was not your joke.
I said, yes, I did.
No.
Oh my God.
No.
I said, can you come back? I need to take 1 piece out.
No.
Yes,
That
I
was
did. I said
that was a joke you happened to be
Oh,
there for.
God. No, I
That-
fucking said that.
Sometimes we come to a joke together.
No, I said those exact.
and we own 50%.
And then I asked you that question. We didn't get to it.
Oh, what's the question?
2052. What does it look like?
Oh, I wake up in a hotel. The Radisson Inn
Where in Charlottesville?
in Charlottesville, North
North
Carolina.
Carolina.
I saunter out for a continental breakfast.
You know where I could honestly see you at age 60 is in
A
like
grave.
No, I see you in like an apartment in New York. Yeah, it's almost like Murders in the Building type of,
Oh God.
and you're just kind of like, you enjoy the company of the people in the building, and
And I'm alone.
you're alone.
And I start like a podcast because somebody died.
You live alone, yes, and
I really might end up being alone forever. But that's what I wrote in my 5th grade document.
oh yeah,
They had us write, what do we think?
are you serious?
Yeah.
In your 5th grade document, you said you were gonna be alone forever.
Yeah, my mom cried.
What did you say?
Yeah.
I mean, I had that same thought.
Well, that you were going to be alone?
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
But was it like, were you thinking that you're going to be alone because, oh, that's sad? Or did you think, oh, I'm going to be alone because I want to be alone?
No, I thought I was gonna be alone. Yeah, because I just thought it might be too difficult. You know, like
Yeah.
there's like logistically some difficulties I think in having a relationship and being in a relationship.
Yeah.
But
Who's going to pay the bill? And no, I know that was a stupid thing. But like,
no, yeah.
no,
But-
I understand.
But I think in my head I thought that. But then, you know, but there are also a lot of really truly wonderful things that a relationship brings.
Yeah. You know what my fear is? I worry that it's like I'll never have the patience to see it
Through?
all the way through to like 50 years or whatever.
Really? You mean like committed?
Well, the young
commitment?
side of me thinks that. What?
Commitment, you mean?
Yeah, well, yeah, like lasting it past the honeymoon phase, but I think maybe
don't
as
you
you get
think-
older, it's easier to do that.
But don't you think really though that the gold, like if you look at a longer lasting relationship that you had, don't you think that the more of the gold of the whole thing is past the honeymoon? Like the honeymoon phase is almost kind of stupid. Like
Yeah, it's wild.
all of the really kind of cool best memories come way later. Like when you just have that eternal sort of comfort.
That's absolutely true.
Yeah.
It's like getting lost in the national forest.
Absolutely. Fighting a little
And
bit.
you laugh because there's no cell service and
Right.
you had to sleep in the car or whatever.
And both of you are peeved, but then you realize you have a banana in the car, and you know.
And you split it in half.
You split it in half. And
She
suddenly-
puts the half down your throat, and then she says, "Get it wet for me," and then put it down my throat.
No, but seriously,
No, I know what you're saying. Yeah,
yeah.
so that's good about being in a relationship. So I guess it should be in a relationship. But
Well, I don't know. I mean, it depends on the person. I also know people who have been single for like their whole lives, and
are they like difficult?
they're very difficult to be around. Yeah. No, but they also, yeah, you know, you develop a thing, and I think nowadays people are not getting married. They're not, you know.
Oh, because of money?
Oh, I don't know. Isn't that like there's like a decline? People are not getting married. People are not having sex. People are not doing anything.
That's actually, yeah, I've heard that.
Yeah.
Because we have no money.
Is that why?
And the prospects don't look good. Yeah.
Really?
Oh, well, actually about marriage, I don't know. Now you're making me think.
Right.
I thought it was money. I thought it was like, because we have no money, why do we want to start a life with someone or something?
someone
I don't
else.
know, but I saved a lot of money when I was in a relationship.
Yeah.
You split all the bills and you borrow each other's car or you share one car.
Yeah, right. You
That
split
kinda
food
stuff.
and stuff.
Yeah.
I love splitting food. That's one of my favorite things.
Well, you mean like at a restaurant?
Oh yeah. Or
Yeah, but
just like
you get like 2 orders, right?
yeah, or even sometimes you only get you know, you get one plate and you kind of go,
Dig in.
give me half of this, give me half
Yeah.
of that.
Yeah. We've done that.
Done, huh? You and I?
Yeah, remember we did at the Thai restaurant? Get a little bit of this. We had the shrimp omelet. Then we
Oh,
had
that
this.
was good.
The
That
shrimp
was actually-
omelet was good, yeah.
That was pretty good.
yeah.
Now that I'm thinking about it.
And I
actually-
don't eat shrimp a lot. So
No. And you
kind
hate
of
most
a-
things, so for you to say that anything was
just in general, I hate most
yeah,
things.
exactly.
Are you trying to open up? Are you trying to do like look for Joe's problems right now? I'm single. I hate everything.
No, but I think you actually do. Yeah, I think you don't want to be alone forever.
No, it gets pretty lonely. Things are pretty lonely.
Yeah,
Yeah.
as of late, or
Yeah. Well.
as of the last 3 years.
Yeah. It's the entire time I've been in LA. But no,
No, not the entire time you've been in LA. Right?
there's a difference between being alone and lonely.
Well, yeah, could you define those?
I don't know. Let's hear you define it.
I think being lonely is a fleeting feeling that
Mm.
is like I don't know. It's
being
7.
happy or
Can I finish what I was going to say?
oh, I'm
or-
just trying to riff. So sorry. Let me get a thread and needle. I'll sew my mouth shut.
that was mid thought. 7 p.m. arrives.
Wait, can I just stop? Can we just do a timeout real quick?
Yeah. What?
You love to go in the direction of day in the life, vignette. You're very specific.
Yeah, I'm sorry that.
You go, I'm 62, where do I wake up? I don't even know if I'm going to wake up when I'm 62.
I like to. Yeah.
Can we
like
just have broad...
devil is in the details.
I asked you a question, and you decided to do...
Can I elaborate or no?
I think this is the kind of shit they teach a politician. Now, if someone asks you if you're pro-life, you just start with a very specific example, and you confuse the hell out of them. You wake up one morning, and you want a child.
What was the question? I forgot the question.
What is the difference between being alone and lonely?
Can I finish what I was going to say?
Let's
I think
hear
being
it.
lonely is a fleeting feeling.
We heard this.
There's your broad.
Okay.
Now let me get into specifics. 7 p.m. arrives. I just finished work.
You're not Stephen King.
I just finished work. I have some dried mango on the table.
I like dried mango.
Okay, let me finish the
Should
thing.
I stop talking?
I take a bite of the dried mango. I check my phone. I go, what am I going to do for dinner? All of my friends are busy.
Yeah.
I guess I'll cook something up, or maybe I'll get Postmates. I watch a movie, go to sleep. I was pretty lonely that day.
That's that's most of my days.
Okay. Alone
Yeah.
is, I think, an eternal feeling. A feeling that you are not... I go... Even when I'm around people...
Oh, you just took this way more depressing than I thought it was going to be.
Do you want me to continue or no?
Please.
That is an eternal sort of feeling that you are alone, that there's nobody either like you or similar to you or can be with you in a way. So you try to talk to people and you just cannot connect. You have a lack of connection, and I think that's being alone. I think one is a little bit more fleeting, and the other one is like sort of an eternal, like, sad and aloneness that you experience.
So, but everyone has that. I need a frickin' Xanax after listening to that. I always thought, because I've heard this saying many times, what's the difference between being lonely and alone?
Right.
Being alone is when I want to be alone. And I go, I'm so happy that I can cook dinner and watch a movie, and I can do it naked and fart and switch movies midway and do whatever the fuck I want because I'm alone and I love being alone.
Right.
Lonely is like, oh my God, I have to watch this movie by myself and cook for myself, and
so you're
nobody's
just saying,
gonna cuddle with me and smother their lips against my neck.
So one of them is being like comfortable with being alone, and the other one is kind of being not comfortable with being alone.
Yes, hence the word lonely. I'm lonely. Lonely. I am so lonely.
That's interesting. Yeah. Well, I think that you can be happy in the way that I described it. You can be. That doesn't imply happiness or not happiness towards the feeling. It's just the feeling, I think.
The alone? What your definition of alone?
Like, or even loneliness, right? I said, oh, I have no one to hang out with tonight or whatever. It's kind of a fleeting sort of lonely. I'm lonely tonight, let's say.
Yeah.
You could be happy about that or you could be sad about that. But
right, and if you're sad about that, I go, I'm so lonely.
Right. But I'm saying even being alone where you kind of feel like you can't connect with anybody, you could be happy about that. You can go, I'm unique. I'm my own person.
Well, okay, so that's what I was going to say. Do you feel like you're alone, even though you're in a relationship? You're stressed out?
No, I'm not stressed out. I'm thinking.
You just made the noise of a stressed out person who's been suppressing it for a long time.
No. I don't think... No, I think when you... That's an interesting thing because I really do think...
I have 911 dialed. Is this a stroke? I think
that I I think I've found people in my life. Like, I don't think I have a problem making connections with people because I feel like there's a lot of people in my life who fulfill my life and sort of like give it meaning, and yeah, even friends, and now, the person I'm dating, family, like all of these. I feel like I'm not alone in the world necessarily because I have people that I love and love me. I do think like intellectually sometimes, or like on an intellectual level, like you go like, oh, I'm alone. Like you kind of want to like intellectualize it. You want to be like, oh, I feel so weird from everybody, but that's not true necessarily. I don't think. I think it's just kind of like more of a thought. But I do think more I got lonely or was lonely for yeah. It's more of like a fleeting like.
It comes and
I have
goes.
nothing to do. Yeah.
Ebbs and flows like
Ebbs
the
and
tide
flows. Yeah, exactly.
at Narragansett Bay.
Right. But
No,
I do think
I hear what you're saying.
Yeah, and I do think I'm also comfortable being alone. Like, this whole pandemic. If there was one
here
thing
we
I
go.
learned, it was like that. Yeah, you kind of are alone.
Yeah. Well, it's interesting with me because I get very depressed at night.
Uh-huh.
I have to be very careful about what I do at night because
I
I
know
get
that,
depressed. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have to do something at night. If
I've
I
noticed that,
stay in just inside at night, I get really depressed.
Yes.
My thoughts in the morning versus the night, it's two different people. It
Right.
really is. So like during the day, I go, I am not any, because I think there's a word called different where you go, oh, I'm alone. I'm going to always be alone because I'm so different than everyone.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really feel that I think I'm different, but I don't think I'm like weird, like
That
different.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm that different. I think I have universal desires
Right.
and things that I do. At night is when it changes and I go, something's fucked up with me.
Whoa.
Well, that's where it's the alone in the negative sense of like, nobody will ever understand me, or yeah, my life story is just so like, not like somebody else.
Do you feel like like nobody, even in those darkest moments when you say nobody will ever understand me?
Yeah.
Do you feel like like even like your mom or like the closest people to you, like do you feel like no one understands you? No one, like you are the only person that.
Well, yeah, when I start to feel sorry for myself is when I think that, and I go, nobody, mom, dad,
No one?
sister, brother, none of them will ever understand.
Right.
But that's not like, I know that's not true.
But it's a
and
feeling.
and this is bringing up another thing. As I've gotten older, I really can tell the difference between feeling sorry for myself and like just being, like the actual feeling, the actual emotion versus deciding to stay in that emotion. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
You ever feel down and you go, well, now I'm going to be really down. Like you make a decision, like I'm going to be pissed
Right.
or whatever.
Right.
Or some of them go, I'm going to drink a lot because I can't stop thinking about it.
Right.
I'm much more like, literally my mood, literally like the other night I like shed a couple of tears over a show on HBO and then I walked in the bathroom and then I don't know what I saw on TikTok on the toilet, but it made me, I was laughing the next second.
Oh, really?
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you felt the whole spectrum of emotion.
Yeah. So things move so fast that,
Right.
oh, I'm getting heartburn.
We're getting into all the
I've been having heartburn lately and
really?
I've been having heartburn when I wake up.
Oh, really?
Yeah. What does that mean?
I don't know. But yeah, you might want to get that checked.
Great.
Have you ever cried and then like looked in the mirror at yourself crying and kind of cried more, kind of gave a show for yourself?
No, wait a minute.
I used to do that.
What do you mean?
I would kind of start crying, or like you'd get whatever would get you crying, music, song, or a show or whatever.
Yeah.
And then I would go to the bathroom maybe to pee, and I'm still kind of crying. And then I look in the mirror, and I see myself crying, and I start crying even more.
Because you look so sad?
Yeah, I kind of sync with myself.
You sink?
Yeah, I kind of like put on a performance for myself. Like, I go, let me see how much I can really cry and how it looks.
I did that one time. I did that one time, and I read online. I had read online that crying, or no, if you look at yourself in the mirror long enough,
I've heard about that.
You
too.
start to get scared of yourself.
You hallucinate.
Yeah. And so I was listening to music and I was cleaning, and it's when I lived in a tiny apartment, and Camila Cabello, she has a song called Shameful? I can't believe I'm telling you this. She has a song called Shameless, and she goes, right now I'm shameless. Right now I'm shameless. And I was already like weepy at that point, because sometimes cleaning does that to me. I go, I'm so exhausted, and I hate that I live this way. I'm so weepy. I'm gonna cry. Right. And I was already about to cry, and then that song came on, and I don't know what happened. It's like the song came on, I saw myself in the mirror, and I just stood there and I stared at myself until ginormous tears came into my eyes, and I just was like, right now I'm shameless, and the tears was going psh, psh, and I just was like staring at myself, but I didn't think I was scary looking.
But there was like kind of a performative action to it. Yeah, right? Yeah.
I was like, where is the camera?
I was kind of
This is going to get my Oscar.
Yeah.
I think it's hard for me to cry. I've never been able to cry on command.
Yeah, I don't think. Yeah, it's hard for me to cry on command too. Yeah. And I noticed a thing, like, I noticed too when I cry, or like, at least now, like, even if I feel like I cry with pain now. Like, I think I used to just be able to kind of cry.
Yeah.
And the tears would fall, and but like now, there's like a lot of pains maybe in my life, or like, that you've accumulated over time.
Oh yeah.
That you just like, anytime you cry, it's you're untapping every sort of generational pain that you've ever had, and I cry. And
generational.
Yeah, just like my ancestors are like crying.
And that time I wasn't picked for the volleyball team, and when I was 10, and
yeah, all of it.
Then when I broke up when I was 22, and yeah, I know what you mean.
Even like my ancestors, like all the pain that they suffered, I like channel, and
You channel it?
I have like pain.
I can't say that I do that.
Really?
I don't do that.
Yeah.
My crying is very like one thing. But you did say the other day something really interesting about how like when you start crying, you think of other problems.
Right.
And so then it feeds into it.
Yeah, they kind of... a cry is not just a cry for a thing anymore. It's a complex...
Anymore? This is the trend now?
No, I'm saying like as you get older, as you accumulate life experience, every cry now envelops all these things. Like, you don't just cry for the boo-boo, you know, like...
Well, then I do that.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you're kind of crying for everything. You're making up for all the cries that, like, it's just all in there. Every time I cry now, it's like...
It's a multi-layered cry.
It's a representation of my whole life.
Tears that were stuck when you were like in 10th grade, they come out. They're finally forced out.
No, seriously.
I no, because I do that. Actually, now that you make me think about that. Because when I was crying, the most recently time I cried, or no, yeah, well, the most recent time that matters is when I cried when I was watching HBO. And this guy like came out of prison to see this woman that supposedly lived. His pen pal was in France.
Okay.
So he didn't know that she was going to show up in the visiting hours, and she was standing there.
Oh, so it was like a surprise visit.
Yeah, so he walked out in his prison outfit, and she was standing there.
Oh, he was in prison?
He was in prison, and he had a pen pal.
In France?
In France.
Got it. They go, hey, you got to call, or you got to screen.
You have a visitor.
A visitor, yeah.
No, you know how sometimes they go into a common room?
And they have a glass... And they get on the phone.
Well, yeah. No, this one had tables you could sit. You ever seen?
All right, fine. Yeah, set the stage.
It was like a cafeteria.
Got it. Okay.
And everyone's meeting. But you ever seen how they like? You ever seen an Arrested Development? They're like, they go, Dad, and they try to touch him, and they go, no touching. Yeah, you're not allowed to touch him.
Right.
So it was that kind of setup.
Okay.
He walks out. He doesn't know she's there. She's standing there. They see each other. Joe cries.
How does she know? How does he know who she is?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
That's actually a plot hole. I don't know.
All right. Well, maybe
I
in
think
one of
he
the,
just assumed.
maybe in one of the pen pals, she goes, my blue eyes and my
She,
cup
she
size.
describes herself. My right one is a C cut, and my left one, and he went zzz, and he scanned her,
and he goes,
went,
"That's the one." Yeah.
yeah. No, I think maybe she had seen a picture or something.
Okay.
Or maybe it's a plot hole.
Okay.
Because how did he know? That's true. It could have just been.
But-
maybe he could have went. If it wasn't so dramatic, he could have went. Excuse me, who are you?
Yeah,
You know?
right.
Or like, where is my wife? Or
Yeah.
you
He
know,
goes, "Who the fuck is this woman? The new parole officer?"
Is this one for me? And she's like, I brought you flowers,
It's
and
me.
I came all the way from France. Yeah.
So okay, so you see this encounter, and you kind of go, it gives you a feeling of
Well, immediately, when I start to cry, it starts in my cheeks.
oh wow,
It
okay.
really does. And then
That's interesting.
Do you feel a sensation?
No, I feel it. I feel the tears, or whatever, and then I really feel it. My chest.
In your chest?
Yeah, my chest sort of like
Really?
it constricts. Yeah,
Wow. So it's literally coming from within.
from like my heart. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So mine starts in the cheeks, and then really my nose gets really itchy.
Oh whoa,
Yeah, and then I know I'm gonna
it's
cry.
coming. Yeah.
But sometimes I end up sneezing instead. I think I have a problem with my nose, but as we already said, I have a deviated septum. But anyways, then I feel tears coming,
Okay.
and I cried a little bit, and I was like, this isn't just about this. This is a tear shed for the fact that I haven't seen my family in a long time. This is a tear shed for the fact that my dad immigrated to this country from Colombia.
Right.
This is a tear shed for all the lovers I don't have.
Right.
All the problems, and all at once. So I agree with what you said.
Yeah. This is exactly what I said.
Thank you for listening to Joel Olstein on the microphone.
But seriously, this was a good one.
This really ended up
became a
being
good
like
one.
it became deep.
Yeah.
A lot to be said.
Wow, I'm like exhausted in a good way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You ever think that we should have more dead air? You think we talk too much?
We could, yeah.
Let's try to have a dead air. It's good.
That was not. That felt
And I
nice.
broke it. Yeah.
Yeah, that felt nice.